This time that you're taking for yourself to work on your business, to be creative, to follow your dreams is sacred. Treat it as such. Give yourself the opportunity to really dive into the work that you're doing and really set yourself up for success here. Welcome to Hey Beautiful Creative, the podcast designed to inspire and empower creative entrepreneurs just like you. Whether you're a full-time artist or crafter, a side hustler, or someone dreaming of starting your own creative business, this show is your new best friend, here to support and encourage you on your journey in creative entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Tori Nguyen. With over 2 decades of experience selling my handmade goods online, to boutiques, and at markets, I've been where you are and I'm here to help you grow. My best friend and I also own 2 retail stores and organize large craft markets, which gives me a unique perspective on combining creativity with effective business strategies from both sides of the table. Each week we'll dive into practical business and marketing tips, inspiring artist interviews, and the motivation you need to take your creative dreams and make them your reality. Whether you're looking to boost your confidence, refine your business skills, or take actionable steps toward your goals, this podcast will leave you energized and ready to chase your dreams. Hey, beautiful creative! Welcome to the show. There are lots of things that you could be doing with your time right now, and I am so honored that you're spending it here with me. If this is your first episode, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're a regular, welcome back. Thank you for listening. Today's topic, time management. Where do we even begin? This is a tough one that I know a lot of people have mentioned is something they struggle with. Like me, I imagine you're juggling a lot of different things. Balancing work, family, health, obligations, all while trying to make time for things like creativity, fun, and focusing on your dreams. It's so hard, and we all have so much going on, not to mention how easy it is to get distracted. I picked up my phone to look at my calendar, ended up answering emails, then suddenly I'm scrolling Instagram, wondering how I even got here and why I picked up my phone in the first place. I bet you can relate. So what's the secret to actually getting things done and having time to enjoy your life? That's what we're exploring today. I'm going to share with you my time management tips and give you a peek behind the curtain of how I juggle being a mom to a teenager, managing a household of pets, running multiple businesses, and still have quality time to spend with my partner, my friends, and to play the drums in a band. You may have varying amounts of free time at different stages and different seasons of life. Just 1 year ago, I was spending 2 to 4 hours a day driving my daughter back and forth across town, often in heavy rush hour traffic. I tried to make the most of it by listening to podcasts or singing at the top of my lungs, which is one of my favorite ways to release stress, but it was still very draining and very time-consuming. Now she's 17, has her own car, and drives herself where she needs to go. Suddenly, I have so much more free time than I've had in years. My days feel more expansive and less rushed. I feel a lot less stressed. You may be early on in your parenting journey, not even able to comprehend having more than 2 seconds to yourself. Or maybe you're at the stage of life where you're spending time caring for aging parents, or dealing with your own health issues, or working a 9-to-5 job. Honor where you're at and make the most of what time you can. I've definitely been there where I've only had tiny slivers of time, certain days a week to squeeze things in, but I was able to do it because I was motivated to do it. And maybe sometimes the best use of your free time at any given moment is to rest. That is hard sometimes to accept, definitely for me. And I'm not here to promote hustle culture. We get enough pressure about that from half of the people on Instagram. So if resting is what you need right now, go for it. Remember that whatever season of life you're in right now is temporary, even if it doesn't feel that way, and try and enjoy the present as much as you possibly can. I may have more free time now, but I am living proof that you can make a lot of progress just showing up for yourself and your dreams for very short amounts of time if you're deliberate and intentional with how you spend your time. Are you ready for Tori's time management tips? Let me start by saying that all of our brains work differently, and what works for me may not work for you, but I'm going to share what works for me and you can take from it what you want. The first step to effective time management is knowing what you want to get done. I know that's stating the obvious, but you can't do something if you don't know what it is you intend to be doing, right? So get really clear about what your goals and intentions are. Maybe you're planning for the week, maybe you're planning for the day, but that will help you know what to prioritize. This could look as broad as defining your goals for the entire year, then breaking that down into quarters or months, and then further into weeks and days if you're planning a big project or a business launch. It could also be as simple as just organizing your tasks for the week, like scheduling your kids' doctor's appointments, taking your dog to the vet, getting groceries, updating your Etsy shop, and posting about your new products on social media. I'm a huge list maker. I map out my week and assign tasks to specific days, and I keep it all on one page so I can see what needs to get done. And then whatever doesn't get done can carry over to the next day and the next week if needed. And often I am carrying tasks over from one week to the next. And that's okay. That's the method that works really well for me because writing it down gets the chaos out of my brain and onto a piece of paper where I can see it and make sense of it. I'll share a photo of what my weekly to-do list looks like over on Instagram if you want to see it. I'm at Hey Beautiful Creative if you want to go check it out. I also created a free downloadable planner for you. If you'd like something cute that you can print out, where you can organize your thoughts, your plans, your goals, go get that planner at heybeautifulcreative.com/goals. So a free downloadable planner just for you at heybeautifulcreative.com/goals. Step 2, prioritize your tasks. Once you know what you want to get done, you can figure out which things are the most important and make sure you squeeze those into your schedule when you can. This is particularly helpful if you're really busy. If you're working on your business in tiny little bits of time, what task can you do that will move you forward the most? I have a lot of different things going on in my life, and I'm running multiple businesses. Admittedly, I would probably be better at any of the things I'm doing if that was my one sole focus, but that's just not how I work. So how do I manage it all? Well, I've gotten really good at prioritizing. I'm not working equally on everything all the time. There are times when one business gets more of my attention than the others. For example, if we're in the middle of planning a big craft market, that's my main focus and it takes priority over my other businesses. Then I squeeze in small needle movers for the other things when I can. Right now I'm getting ready to sell jewelry at a pop-up, so the last couple days have been heavily focused on my prep for that show. Step 3 is create a routine. The more your day follows a routine, the easier it'll be to get things done and move from one task to the next. Figure out what works best for your own natural rhythms in structuring your day. For example, I like to do computer work in the mornings while I drink my tea. That usually takes place after I've walked my dog. It's when my brain feels most clear and able to focus. Then after a while of computer work, I like to get up and take a shower and then transition to whatever's coming next in my day. Sometimes it's heading to work in our retail shops. Other times I head into my jewelry studio or record a podcast episode. Maybe you're able to fit in 30 minutes to an hour of work after your kids go to bed, and then you spend the rest of the evening relaxing by yourself or with your partner. You can get a lot done in those small increments of time if you show up consistently and work with focus. Honor your natural rhythms when you can and schedule your day accordingly, But also understand that some days you may have to just push through and do something that isn't at your normal time. Like often I end up having to do computer work in the evenings, and I do prefer to do it in the morning, but I can do it in the evening if I have to. That's just how life is. Step 4, add some structure to your schedule if that would be helpful for you. I've mentioned in a previous episode that I really struggle with getting things done if I have the whole day free. If I know I only have 2 hours to get something done, like making jewelry to restock our shop, I'll get in my studio and bust it out. But if I have the whole day free to make jewelry, I'll start, then get up and reheat my tea, then decide I want to put some laundry in. Then I check my email. Oh, now I'm hungry. I guess I should eat. Then I eat. Oh, now I'm tired. Maybe I'll take a nap. And then it's like, wait, where did the day go? I didn't even finish the jewelry that I started. I basically just float through a wide open day unless I create a plan and put some structure in place. This is why I do better if I'm a little busier. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a floaty day. I love it sometimes, and it can be just what we need. I'm also a huge fan of taking naps. But this episode is about time management, so I want to focus on how to make the most of our time when we do have things that we're wanting to get done. If a more rigid schedule is helpful to you, you could block out time for certain tasks, kind of like a school schedule. This is called time blocking. You could set a timer for one period, and then when the timer goes off, you move on to the next thing. But you want to be sure to schedule in time to eat, time to take breaks, and a little bit of time to stare off into space. Personally, I find a set timed schedule hard to stick to myself. I like the idea of it, and I like the structure of it, but I also need some flexibility to continue working on something if I'm really in the zone. Especially like if the words for a podcast episode are really flowing, I'm not going to suddenly get up and go start making jewelry just because my timer went off. So this is where having more of a routine instead of a set schedule is helpful for me. I walk the dog, I do computer work, and then I move into my studio when I feel ready. So again, honor what works best for you. You may find that time blocking is the cure to your time management problems, and if so, I would be so happy for you. Step 5, minimize distractions. This time that you're taking for yourself to work on your business, to be creative, to follow your dreams is sacred. Treat it as such, and really set yourself up for success here. Silence your phone or put it in another room. Let your family know that you'd like to work without being interrupted, and give yourself the opportunity to really dive into the work that you're doing. My final tip for today, be where you are. When you're working on something for your business, be truly there and focused on that. When you're spending time with your family or friends, be fully present with them. I'm sure you know that that's a lot harder to do in reality. If you're like me, your brain might always be reminding you of all the little things that you're wanting to get done or the things you feel you need to get done. This is where writing them down comes in handy. It gets them out of your brain. Then you can take a deep breath, come back into the present moment. Time will expand for you when you're living in the actual moment. So in closing, you don't need perfect systems to manage your time. You just need to keep showing up little by little, consistently, working with intention on the things that you actually want to get done. That's how dreams become reality. I have a growing list of free resources for you over at heybeautifulcreative.com, including a free printable planner to help you organize your goals. So if you haven't done so already, head over to heybeautifulcreative.com and check out all the resources. I am so excited to be on this journey with you as you build and grow your business. Thank you for listening. See you next week. If you enjoyed this episode or found it helpful, it would mean the absolute world to me if you would write a review, share it on your socials, or forward it to a friend. Be sure to subscribe or follow the show wherever you listen to your podcast so you don't miss out on upcoming episodes. And check out heybeautifulcreative.com for more resources designed to help you take your creative dreams and turn them into your reality. See you next week.